Welcome, Clever family, to the last and final live episode of Clever Insight 2021. Before we begin, I would like to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all of our friends and users around the entire world. It's been yet another strange year for all of us, with lockdowns, isolations, pandemics, and inflation crisis all around the world. But one thing has remained constant: the continuous growth and development of the Clever ecosystem. Today's guest needs no real introduction. I met him about 3 years back at a conference in San Francisco, right before we were about to enter the stage as speakers. Instantly, I understood that he was unique and different in all sense of the words. And since then, I've had the honor of working alongside him and an amazing team of passionate collaborators to grow the Clever ecosystem and build the foundation of a community of people who strive for a better tomorrow, where freedom of money, financial literacy, and the freedom of choice are the key pillars that guide us forward. I, along with many in the Clever team, consider him a mentor, an inspiration for many areas of life, work, and personal growth. He always strives to be the best version of himself and inspires us to do the same. Let me welcome Clever's co founder and CEO, Dio Ianakiara.
Hello, guys. Thanks for having me today, Misha, and thanks for this amazing introduction. I'm almost crying here. It's a pleasure to be with you today and to work with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, because it's such an honor, not only, of course, to have you here on the show that we've created together, but also uh, to build the future together with you every single day. And
That's
yeah,
it.
we come a long way from when you first said on the phone. You said clever with a K, and I thought a little bit, and I said,
Maybe.
yeah, maybe that can work. And probably 600-700 logos
Logos.
and strategies later, we are here today, and it's just an incredible journey, and we've only just begun.
Yeah, I think the clever logo story is pretty amazing because it reflects what we was looking for, right? It reflects how we work, how we move forward and how we evolve during the time. So I think it was a perfect fit for us. Clever, the logo, the brand, and so on. And we're really proud of Clever.
Yeah, and we were talking a lot about what we've done over the past year, and what will happen in the future. But let's start even further back, because there's a lot of people here today that don't know you as well as we do, and don't know Clever as well. So, who is Dio, and how did we get to where Clever is today through your personal journey?
Sure. Uh, I have 36 years. I have a daughter, a 9 years old daughter. Her name is Lara. I love her. Um, I'm a very simple person. I born in a very poor family. I have no education till my 18 years when I get my first computer and start to educate myself. Uh, I think it was really difficult to me to evolve in the beginning because it's hard when you have no education, no mentors, no nothing, no money. You have nothing, and it's really hard to start. Uh, and but I have help of many people that teach me the things, and I work harder and harder to move forward. And one day I became software engineer, uh, and it was unbelievable when I became a software engineer because I knew that my life would change forever. And I worked maybe 12 years as software engineer and architect. I worked in many companies in Brazil, outside Brazil, until I decided to build my first company. My first company failed miserably. I had no experience to handle it, but was me and my brother and some friends, and we moved forward until I moved to Rio to meet Bruno again, and then we decided to create a consulting company, and was Gary.io, the name of the company. And Gary.io was very successful company because we was really good as consultants. We build software for many companies, and we build, I think, more than 100 projects for startups around the world. And we grow the revenue from zero to $4 million in some years. And this was really good, but was not what we was looking for because since the beginning, our goal was to make a product. We have made a web crawler. It was amazing web crawler, but we didn't know how to sell the web crawler. So we fucked up and lose the investment. So was the beginning, and then we saw the opportunity to build the first wallet. And this wallet was amazing since in the beginning because we saw a huge gap in the market. We saw that was really painful to use wallet. It's still painful to use wallets today. It's fucking unbelievable because it's too hard for people that don't know tech, that don't know crypto, and this thing keep uh, coming back in my head. I say, well, it's why it's so hard? It should not be that hard. We should have something better. And then we built the wallet for Tron, and we saw, wow, Tron is great, is good, but we need more users, we need more ecosystems, we need to support all blockchains that's possible. But how we should do that? Because this technology don't exist. We saw a lot of JavaScript libraries with thousands of dependencies, and I don't feel safe with that. Most of the wallets and exchanges are based on web, and most of the racks are based on JavaScript and so on. So if you make the door open, the hackers will come. So we need something better, and then we decide to rebrand Clever, to create Clever, and we closed the consulting company and start to build something dedicated to our team. We started with 6 people, and now we have 160 people. So it's pretty amazing. I'm really proud.
Yeah, and the evolution of just the group of people and the growth in itself. We of course will touch upon that, but how has it been just over the last few years, getting up until 2021, and the kind of year of explosion? What, what was that journey like? What happened inside of your mind and inside of the ecosystem in terms of vision for the future, and how did you make that happen?
Mm. In the beginning, it was really hard because we had no experience. I mean, we have 6 people with a lot of experience in software engineering, architecture, and performance studying, and so on. But we had no much experience in the crypto world. We have to learn a lot of things to discover by ourselves with our mistakes and everything. So I think the biggest difference was the way that we manage the company today, uh, because we had to evolve to manage 6 people to 160 people. And well, if you went through this process, you know it's really painful. It's not every startup that reach this level without a VC fund. So we have no VC, we have no company behind us. It's just us. No other big investor that put money in the company. Clever is self-sustainable since the beginning, since the day one, and that was what we was looking for to make a sustainable business. If we make money and we can reinvest this money, we will compound this effort to make the best technology on the market. And our goal with the Clever Foundation is to keep evolving the technology for many years. I don't have a plan to leave Clever right now. I don't have a plan to move to another project. I mean, it's a long term goal. It's a long term plan, and I feel that I have the responsibility to make this happen. And I will make this happen. Even I get poor again, I will keep doing it. I think it's the thing that I love. I think it's amazing to have to work with the people that we have in Clever, because we have specialists for everywhere in the world, and the people work so hard and love what they are doing. And the difference with this amount of people, we can build much more things, and we are doing much more things. Uh, and I think the most challenging thing was to get this management of all those people work together without a hierarchy. We don't have hierarchy, Clever. It's all squads. It's organically. It's evolving as it should be as our organism. Uh, there is no top down in Clever. We work together. Every squad work together to evolve themselves, to evolve the ecosystem. And the biggest difference now is that uh, we know how to build it. We know how to move forward. We are moving at a speed that I never seen something like that in other companies that I have worked. And I think it's really exciting to be here today.
Yeah, it's a pretty incredible journey we've taken over the last few years to reach not only 160 people, but the user numbers, the volume, the revenue increase, the profit increase, and the new organization. Like you talk about a flat organization where literally anyone can reach anyone, and you can share knowledge, you can share lessons, and you can share failures, successes, and that feedback feeds this entire organism, this entire organization to constantly optimize itself. And that's self-sustainability is something for sure we will be talking about today. But before, guys, make sure that you all comment your questions, because Dio is here and he will answer all of your questions. And afterwards, he will answer even more of your questions. So we'll be going live on Twitter with an absolute fire in the hole to make sure that all questions be answered. But comment your questions on the side, like, share, and subscribe, of course, to Clever Finance on YouTube. And let's get going. Let's talk about 2021. Let's talk about the kind of a recap of what we've done, the achievements, the milestones, the lessons learned. How has 2021 been for Clever? And if you want to share, including also some revenue numbers, including the upcoming revenue burn, and all of the details, please.
Yes, 2020 was already amazing for us. We have made a burn of 362 million KLV from revenue. In that time was I think $2 million equivalent.
379.
Yeah, something like that. And well, this year we will burn around 320 million KOV on December 31. Around that, I don't have the final number, but I will have it. And
And in dollar terms, how much is that an actual burn of
it's
foundation
about
reserves?
11,000, $11 million. That was our revenue from 2021 until now. And the good thing, we spend a quarter of that on, on the technology, on the people, on management, on servers, and uh, our cost is very low, and we will keep it in that way because it's important to have a long-term budget. The market is too volatile. We need more liquidity and so on. So uh, that's it.
For sure. And regarding, so we have around 320 million KLV, $11 million. Of course, it will be perhaps different. That will be burned when, and maybe alongside also a quarterly burn.
December 31. December 31. That's the date. Last year we did in February, 12th February, if I remember. And we want to do it earlier this year because we are moving to the Clever chain. So that's the best time for us. Um, Regarding the numbers, we went from 50 people to 160 people. So it's a pretty massive growth from the engineer point of view of the company because most of our expenses are from the developers that we have in the company. So uh, I'm pretty happy with what we achieved. We have delivered the Clever 4, we have delivered the NFT store, we have made the Clever Labs, we have made um, KFI mine burn, the VK mine burn. We launched the exchange, we launched the blockchain testnet. I mean, there is a lot of things that we have delivered and we keep delivering. So I think it's a very fast pace for the crypto, even though we are not in the speed that we want yet. We will get there, and it's all about time. We are putting the puzzle together. I would say that.
Yeah, connecting the dots,
Connecting the dots,
as you
exactly.
say. Um, and even before we jumped in to kind of the current state and the vision for the future, what are the lessons learned from 2021, and how do we use those moving forward?
Uh, I think one of the biggest lessons for 2021 was to deal with my psychology, well, at least for me, because the COVID have changed a lot of things in the world, right? It was really bad. I lost my father this year, and was crazy for me. I I think from the clever point of view, the biggest lesson is about when we make the mistakes, we should learn from these mistakes. Uh, and we have done some mistakes in the planning, and we have done some mistakes in the estimatives. But I think it's okay because when you are building something new, you will make mistakes. And we have a transition from a team that was growing and didn't know how to manage 100 people to a team that know how to manage 100 people, and this is amazing because was our first time managing 100 people. So I think that was the biggest lesson for us because uh, make 6 people productive is very easy. Make 30 people productive is very easy. But make 100 people productive is not so easy. Um, and then I think what we learned and what we did in 2021 was the foundation to have 100 people in the company, 1,000 people in the company, 10,000 people in the company. I want to make a lot of jobs. I want to teach people how to code. I want to do a lot of things, and I want this family to grow. That's all I want.
And that is what is happening, and that is what we're doing in
Yes.
real time. And we're making hundreds of people just be able to live, work completely remote in a decentralized, very distributed way around the world. We literally, you know, yeah, I'm in the center of it all because I'm literally in the center of the world somehow in Jerusalem, Israel. So I have Asia where we have collaborators. I have Brazil and South America and the western coast of the United States, and literally all of the time, Clever is active because there's literally collaborators all over the world. But thinking more about kind of the world and that impact, the self sustainability of the Clever ecosystem, before we actually go into the actual products, how do you envision and how do you build from a tech side and even from a philosophical side a self sustainable ecosystem? And what does that do for the future of crypto?
Um, I think this was supposed to work like that since the beginning. I mean, a product that has no market fit will not survive. So, in order to our product move forward and evolve, we need more users, we need market fit, we need the revenue, and the sustainability is about the cash flow, right? You have a cash flow. If this cash flow uh, is keeping moving and make the things work, it will keep evolving. And when you spend less than you make, you are sustainable, right? The difference is we get the profit that we make and put it in the company again. So we keep compounding and compounding and compounding what we are doing. I mean, one day what we are doing will be uh, one of the most advanced technology in the world for crypto, for blockchain, and I'm pretty sure of that. Uh, so all that is necessary to move forward, and have sustainability is really important because if we spend much more than we make, we have a way to spend our money very fast, and it's not what we are looking for. I mean, if we want 20 people, we could make a software that make $10 million in profit in a year, a startup that do that. Imagine with 106 people what we will do. So, and people may think, oh, there is a lot of junior guys in Clever. Actually, not. We start to hire juniors now. Actually, there is a lot of senior people and expert people, and this is kind of expensive, but I think it's worth. And when we put these people together and have challenges and have goals, we could reach a point that we will keep increasing our revenue. And I mean, sustainability is to have a good treasure, a good cashing to sustain the business for many years without make profit. But we cannot misunderstand the things because we are making profit, and profit is really important for Clever because it's how we keep the things growing. So sustainability in that scenario is that for me.
And regarding sustainability in a technological sense, how does Clever work to be able to sustain itself as the crypto market grows? And currently, we have maybe less than 1% of all of people in the world, maybe 2% involved in crypto in any ways. But when we start getting to 10, 20%, a lot of these
That's question.
platforms might not be able to sustain themselves. We're talking about big ones that are very centralized and not distributed and don't have this infrastructure in place and that vision. How do you make sure that Clever is being built for the future?
That's a great question. You know, y- you know already that when we have a huge volume in the market, almost all exchanges go down. Just a few get stable. The blockchain network get clogged. The network get well fucked. And this is pretty annoying because it's the best time to trade, right? Everyone wants to trade when the market is trending. And I think the biggest difference between Clever technology and other technologies, Clever was built for massive scale. When the market reach like 10% of the world population use crypto, the exchanges out there will not stay up so long. So we will see why Clever is special. Is when the market go to destroy all exchanges and the market say, well, there are 10 million users here looking to go into your exchange and you cannot do nothing because it's not up, right? So imagine 100 million users. So we'll be crazy, man. It will be unbelievable. And I'm pretty sure that almost all exchanges are not ready for that today, but Clever is.
How?
Yes, exactly. Because
No,
Clever was made
how?
for that.
How is Clever ready for that? What was thought into the strategy of building an ecosystem that can sustain itself when hundreds of millions of users are flooding into crypto?
Um, if you look to the background of the people in Clever, you see a very special skill in many of them. That is the performance tuning skill. We have the best performance tuning guys in the world working Clever, and I know that because I work with them. I worked with them in many companies, and I know what they are capable of. We know how to make systems faster, faster than anything. We know how to turn. We know how the technology works in the core of it inception. So since the beginning, one of the problems that we tackled with the Clever proposal was the scalability. And today, our blockchain explorers are used by many wallets in the market. They keep using our APIs because they don't have the same speed. They don't know how to make this faster. But we know we already have millions of blockchain explorer requests every month. Uh, I mean, we are experts in performance tuning and software architecture engineer. And if there is one thing that can make the thing scale at its limit, is Clever, and I'm pretty sure of that. I think that is the difference. Is the team, not the tech. The tech is good, but the team is fucking good. It's amazing. They can make
Exactly.
things that is unbelievable.
They can make magic happen. That's what I've
They
seen
can
in
make
real time.
they can make magic happen. That's it.
So let's jump into what's magic is being happening right now inside of our wallet team. All right, well, let's go product to product. Clever 5. Tell us what excites you the most and what features our users can expect with Clever 5.
Uh, Clever File was like a dream for me. Was was really, I mean, if you someone can think in the best wallet and how it should be and could visualize this, that was Clever 5. We have rebuilt the wallet 5 times, not because we wanted to rebuild, but because it was necessary to create a technology that can make us evolve faster, make you safe, and enable us to speed up the development process of blockchain transactions, blockchain operations, and applications. So, uh, Clever 5 is the dream wallet coming true because it has all necessary technology, all necessary features to keep a wallet that will not rebuild for maybe 10 years. And that's what I'm looking for. I want to create a software that don't need to be changed, that the people can trust. And that is the combination of our efforts. Is the create a native app for Android, for iOS, for web that has all CleverOS features, and the user are in control of the finance and so on. So, and the cool thing about Clever 5 is that all features inside the app will be available to the developers in the future. And imagine if you can build the next Clever wallet, and I will be very happy if you use our technology because it's really something special. When you start to use the Clever 5, you will understand that something really big changed inside it. It will not be only the user interface. The user interface is just one important point of the technology. The user experience and how the technology do the magic behind the things is what make it special. Is the conjunction of everything.
And you touched a little bit on the SDK there. And I think we should, before we move on to any other product, I think we should dive into the secret weapon of the entire Clever, because it's something you've been uh, building in your mind and then in many different computers throughout the entire team for years now. Can you tell us more of the inception, of the idea, of the conception of development and future vision of the SDK, and how will that have an industry impact once launched?
Uh, we call it its secret weapon. uh, it's not by mistake or by anything else. I mean, when we start to develop the wallet, we have a need to create a core system, and the core system in the market are really bad. They are not simple tools. They are not good enough. And we say, well, let's create our core system, and the goal is to save time for people that want to develop in crypto. The goal was to, hey, I want to build a blockchain wallet, a Bitcoin wallet, but I don't know how it works. Should I study BP31, BP32, BP49? What should I learn? Well, you don't have to learn how it's working inside it. It's like you don't know how your phone works, but you know how to use it, right?
I know that it works. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, and that works. And I mean, you can before Stripe, Stripe, the payment company, right? Before Stripe was really hard to integrate with payment gateways, and they came with a very simple API that changed the market and turned it then into a unicorn company. They are really good. They know what they are doing, and if I think in Clever, in crypto, I would say that the Clever SDK would be the Stripe for crypto, something like that. Because we are putting maybe millions of hours of the developers developing this core system to support today 20 blockchains, staking, swap, everything else that the developers need before they uh, start to look into another library to build the thing, because it will be already there. You don't have to use 10 libraries to use 10 blockchains. You have to use just one. Imagine if you want to monitoring all blockchains transaction. How should you do that? You will spend maybe 3 months to do that. Um, but with Clever SDK, you can do in 1 hour. You can start everything. It will be amazing. You want to create a game that have wallet and have virtual balance for the users, you can use Clever Custody that use the Clever SDK, and it will be there. Crypto banking in your game, your exchange, whatever you want to build things with crypto. That will be the best SDK to make that happen. And what we want with that is to become a platform for developers to be able to create the applications in the blockchain, to make it transparent for the user. The user don't need to know that the company is using blockchain. The user don't have to know that. The user don't have to know how to use a wallet. They just have to use. Is everything there, right? Um, some users like to use wallet, hard wallet. It's okay. Technical users will do that, but non-technical users need something different, something that can help them move forward without the risk, without the issues that a wallet management can have. So uh, I think that's it.
And regarding custody is something that you've been working on a lot behind the scenes and not perhaps in the public eye. Share more about the Clever Custody project and kind of what's the vision for the implementation of that product, especially for developers, enable to handle funds, enable them to build applications in not just a simpler but faster and cheaper way, but in a much more applicable way that can generate a lot of revenue for them, and of course, a lot of volume for the Clever ecosystem.
Yes, when we start to build the exchange, we have a big problem that was where we will store the crypto, how we make it safe, how we can trust on the companies that we are working on to put the balance of the users. So was really a scary moment for us in the beginning, and we found that the custodians available in the market are not good. They will kill me, but I don't like the products. uh, they have too many problems. I mean, I want to use the KLV in the custodian. I can't. I want to use another token in the custodian. I can't. I want to use another blockchain. I can't. I want to make wood sign transactions for other blockchain. I can't. What the fuck I can do with them? Nothing. I just can store my Bitcoin Ethereum there. So that's not enough. We need something better. And that is Clever Custody, because Clever Custody support 20 more blockchains, 30,000 more tokens, and I don't see anything that has these features in the market. So it was a need for our exchange, for the DevKings game, and they are using the custody, they are using the crypto banking that we have done, and it's working amazingly because the Clever OS made a lot of difference. Instead of they spend 100,000 hours to build the product, they will spend 10,000 hours to build the product. So something like that.
That's cutting the development time and the cost for that time 10x. And that, in
Exactly.
my opinion, is a conservative estimate,
Yes,
given
exactly. It's
the
conservative.
very conservative. But at the same time, that's also important, I think, to under promise and over deliver. I think it's a standard approach of our entire organization. So let's
Yeah,
get into a
it's
little bit more on the hardware wallet. You were talking, touching upon that, but we have a hardware squad now. And that hardware squad is led by Marcelo Sosa. He was here last week and divulged all the information, all the details to the community. But talk a little bit more about the hardware wallet, the inception of it, and the vision for this product for our users and for our future users.
uh, the hardware was like a dream for me. In the beginning of the year, uh, we start to think about the hardware wallet because we had problems with the current hardware wallets. We want to make a software to work with hardware wallets, but they are very slow. They take 10 seconds to make a transaction. They take 1 minute to sync the transactions. It's fucking unbelievable. It's not crypto, this. This is not crypto. This is something else. Ten
No, I think
minutes.
before you continue, I think it is crypto today, but it's not money. Money is fast. Money is seamless. Money is an exchange that should happen instantly. And I think that's exactly what the Clever Hardware Wallet does.
From the security standard point, they are good. They work. But from the performance point of view, they don't work. I do have a ledger, and it's really painful to use it with multiple blockchains. It's like unbelievable painful. So, uh, I mean, I talk with Sobrera. I say, hey, this wallet is an opportunity because we need something better for our systems, and this will not work in the long term. So, from 10 years, in 10 years, you will not accept a transaction that take less than much more than 3 seconds. So, um, Clever Wallet to do the transaction in less than 1 second. So it's unbelievable. We worked on these features because it was the pain point for us, and I'm really proud of what the hardware squad did in this 1 year because build a hardware is not simple, uh, and was a dream for me to build a hardware. So what I'm looking for is to build the experience necessary to make a smartphone in the future. So maybe we can create a clever phone in the future with the
Talk
hardware
more about
squad.
that. But
Uh,
talk more about that. I was also speaking to Marcelo about that, but talk more about the vision for that Clever privacy phone.
well, do you like to be monitored by Apple and Google all the time, 24/7, or Microsoft? No one like that. You know, Apple is listening your conversation, Facebook is listening your conversation, everyone is fucking listening your conversation, and you have no privacy. You receive ads all the time, you receive propaganda, you receive a lot of shit that you don't need, consume your bandwidth, consume your life, and always for you to buy something that you don't need. This is fucking bad. I don't like that. I need a phone that I can trust, a phone that will not spy on me, that will not serve to harm my family or something like that, because people can do that, right? Uh, if we have something that we know that was made for privacy, it can be a huge market. Some people like to be on the spot, but many people don't like to be on the spot. I don't like to be on the spot. I don't like to go social media, and well, that's it. I think uh, it's a huge challenge. We will need a lot of money, and we can fail miserably. But I'm not afraid to fail. I think we know how to use every failure as a step to improve ourselves, to improve our company, and that is what I believe. I believe I can do it. We can do it with the team that we have, and we will make all necessary efforts to turn it to a reality. It may fail from the business point of side, maybe, but at least I'm trying. It's better than just dream and do nothing, right?
And having skin in the game, putting
Skin
yourself
in the
out there.
game.
You know, skin in
Yeah,
the game. I heard there was a skin in the game. I don't have tattoos. However,
I
I heard that you
I
got one.
I have one.
There we go. There's a lot of people who've been requesting to see this one.
Yeah,
Tell us about it. Tell us
yeah.
about this.
It's not ready yet. It's actually in the process. I'm losing the skin right now, but I will make the full arm of this black grid here. We'll tattoo Bitcoin here. It will be painful, but it's worth.
For sure. And speaking of Bitcoin, you were the person that truly opened up my mind to understanding the energy correlation with the Bitcoin network and even future um, kind of the payment system. Hello,
Aqui é o pessoal.
Lara. Hi, Lara, principessa. So Bitcoin and energy, and in the future, as we both envision, Bitcoin will be used not primarily, perhaps, but as a medium of exchange for energy. And how do you think that Bitcoin and altcoins like Clever, that is building a self-sustainable ecosystem, what is the future of that, and the impact, of course, on people's lives, especially in poverty-stricken areas, not just of Sao Paulo, but throughout sub-Saharan Africa and the Philippines and Southeast Asia and literally everywhere else where we have users.
I think Michael Saylor I already mentioned that one time, and Bitcoin. People say Bitcoin has no is no backed by anything, but there is a huge cost to mining Bitcoin. There is electricity cost. That's hardware cost. And the miners they make money when they mine Bitcoin and sell on the market higher than the expense that they have. But this expense keep growing, the consumption of energy keep growing, and I mean one of the biggest markets in the world is the energy market, right? The industry consume a lot of energy, and they have a lot of budget to buy the energy, right? But when you make a 1 billion transaction to buy energy, you spend a lot of money, and it's a huge transaction. It's a very complex transaction that involve a lot of banks and so on. So now the companies can buy energy from each other using Bitcoin, and this is amazing. It's like you are storing energy in the Bitcoin, like because as you know, mm, as the world become more evolved, we will consume more energy, right? So the energy must be cheaper, and we need a way to move the energy from one place to another, to buy the energy and so on. So I think Bitcoin is really good for that
And the
because it.
so that's a monetary layer that functions. I completely agree with you as a kind of medium of exchange for digital energy, and the usage and the priming of energy. And how does the application layer, this Web 3 or Web 5, as you speak of in Clever 5, How does a currency and a coin like KLV fit into that, and what kind of use cases um, do we bring in order to optimize that ecosystem?
Um, that's a great question because everything inside the Clever SDK, the CleverOS SDK, um, are microservices, right? And what we want is to bring a lot of microservices from many companies in the world and accept the crypto like Clever as a payment for a service is really interesting from a point of view because we are talking about an automated system, right? A system that work alone, and of course we have people operating the system, but it work alone most part of the time. We just need to improve it as we are moving forward, and Bitcoin and crypto are necessary for the user because it's a way to protect them, right? It's a way to let them, how can I say, outside the grid. It's outside the matrix. Let's say that. Uh, that's it. I think the role of the KOV in this ecosystem is to enable the user to an experience, a different kind of experience. Uh, when we are talking of crypto, of the development, we are a private company, but one day the things that we are doing will be open, and we are preparing for that. Um, so that's is what I believe.
Talk a little bit about that. We're talking about open, right? Press open source, closed source in terms of code. Why we're building something that not everybody can tap into yet. What's your vision for that?
That's a great question. Um, you know, in the beginning we wanted to make everything open source,
I
but
remember.
we feel that the gap was so huge between what we are doing and what the market had, that we say, well, we cannot compete in the market with the budget that we have because the big crypto companies have maybe much more than $500 million to do marketing, to buy arenas and so on. So we don't have this money, but we have one thing, one single thing that's fucking unbelievable. And this thing is years ahead of the competition in terms of technology. We are a technology company and we made a fucking amazing technology. And that is what will make us different from the market is the uh, evolution of the technology that we have. This will be enough? I don't know. Maybe not. Probably not. But we have good people here. We will work to find out what we need to improve. We have our communities telling us what we have to do all the time, how to improve, how to not make some mistakes, and so on. And we're still learning. It's a learning process, and I'm pretty confident that what we have will be maybe 100 times better than the market have. So that is how we will think about this competition, about how we stand on the market and so on, right?
Sure. And you said the other day, you said that first of all, open source versus closed quote, like open source versus closed source, and developers don't really care about the code itself. They care about building fantastic applications that can generate revenue and grow with users. But you also said that if we share our code at this early stage, our competitors will essentially use our technology. And instead, we have a different plan.
Exactly. They are already using our technology. I mean, many wallets are using our APIs. It's fucking unbelievable. I let them use so far until the day that it will not be possible anymore, and many wallets will be down. Uh, but we will get there. Uh, I think uh, when we make the code open source, we are open to some things. First, exploits that can happen if we. Uh, I mean, the technology is changing all the time. You are always introducing new code for a while, so we need a very. Sorry, my battery is dying. Uh, we need a
If your
very
battery dies, we'll just wait
uh,
until you get back. It's fine.
just a minute. Uh,
And meanwhile, guys, as we wait for Dio, we've just launched a competition, not just one, but three competitions together with KuCoin, with $50,000 in the prize pool. There is a trading competition, there is a hold and buy, and there's even a learn and earn element to it. So check out on either our Twitter page at Klever IO or, of course, KuCoin, KuCoin.com on Twitter, and you will see it there. And Marina from KuCoin, thanks for the beautiful messages. I'm happy that you're here watching, and we're super happy to work with you and your professional team because there's very few organizations like yours. So yeah, Dio's back. Fantastic. Continue.
so where I was, sorry.
We were talking about the foundation of technology that we're building inside of the ecosystem and how many tap
Uh,
into that, but how our vision for the future essentially becoming technologically building a technological edge inside of all of crypto. And I think Clever OS SDK, as you mentioned the other day, you said everything crypto SDK. Literally,
oh
you
yeah,
can tap into any chain, any layer that you want and build your application on top of it. And I think that is the actual game changer.
yes, that is the secret weapon thing. Uh, is when you have everything you need to build crypto applications, blockchain applications in just one SDK, right? Se você, if you have this SDK with all necessary stuff to start in 1 hour, you can have something running. So it's, it's amazing. It's is everything that I need when I started the Clever. So I didn't have that. So I had to build this thing. We had to build this thing, and this is a, a project that is the core of the Clever. Everything is done in the Clever OS SDK. The Clever OS Labs is made by amazing people, very smart people. The guys are amazing. I love them, and I mean, it's the most important part of the Clever ecosystem because all products are are derivated from this SDK technology. So are connected. They are using the same technology. If we change one line in the SDK, it will reflect in the other products. And if we add one coin, it will add one coin in other products as well without any kind of effort. And this is breakthrough for me, is evolutionary for me because we don't have that. All we have is a lot of different pieces in different places with thousands of dependencies that can be hacked at any time. So what I want is to feel safe, and I feel safe with Clever. I mean, we are 3 years and we never have been hacked. So the wallet is It's proven in the market. It's already the lead wallet in the market. We don't
Sure.
have the
Yeah.
budget for the marketing, but they have the technology. So keep you waiting. Things will happen.
Yeah. Tell us about that. The things that will happen.
Uh, I think 2022 will be a year for consolidation. I mean, we will consolidate our products. I mean, we have be building a lot of stuff, and people keep me asking how you can make a lot of stuff and so on. So uh, the thing is, we cannot rely just in one product for crypto because crypto is very volatile. Is an unstable market. Is not how can I say
It's
regulated
very
market.
mature still and very young.
It's a very young market and it's very risky. And I want to use the power of our engineers to create new stuff that people use, people will work with. It will be useful for them. Will generate jobs, will generate knowledge, and give freedom to the people that need. And I mean, that is really important for me. I think is my responsibility, and I will keep working on that to improve, to be better, and to make the things different the way that we believe it should be. Sometimes we are wrong, sometimes we do mistakes, but there is no smooth mountain, right? You have to make your own path to the things you believe, work hard and make it happen, take ownership. Is what we do.
Exactly. It's what rings through our channels every single
Yes,
day.
yes, and I mean, what's coming is the blockchain and some more products will come next year. I mean, we are scheduled to launch the blockchain on March 31, uh, and we are also scheduled to launch the custody on March 31. So we will launch the blockchain, the custody, and on Q2 we will launch the Clever OS for the public. And there is a lot of work to do. There is a lot of challenges to finish. Uh, but I'm pretty confident that when we launch our blockchain, the number of transactions will be unbelievable, amazing.
And before we
Uh,
jump into community questions, we gathered tons of great questions. Talk more about the Clever Chain. Talk more about how you and Sobrero's team have built the infrastructure of this blockchain, how you have reinvented the idea of smart contracts functionalities, and how it fits into today's and tomorrow's market.
I love the idea of the smart contracts. It's really good for development. It's good for test ideas, but I don't feel safe when someone say, "Oh, there is a new protocol here, a new DeFi protocol that have a smart contract." I don't feel safe with that because I don't know who did the deploy, how was the code of the deployment, how this code works, if it has an exploit or not, and well, maybe this can evolve in the future to be simpler, but have a runtime code that it's not auditable in real time is really hard. You cannot trust billions of dollars in a code like that, right? You cannot trust your earned money in a smart contract that you don't know how it works because the risk to lose everything is too high. What we wanted with Clever, it's not to rebuild the smart contract thing. We want to build blockchain applications and protocols that have usability. That's all. What we will do in the Clever blockchain is the protocol, and the users will connect to the protocol with the Clever SDK to create the applications. So, uh, will the developer be able to deploy a smart contract? No, it will not be possible. But in the future versions of the Clever blockchain, developers will be able to create their own sidechain networks based on Clever chain. And then they will be able to create their own applications that are auditable in real time, are hard coded in the blockchain, their own blockchain, and are scalable by the nature of the application. So that will make the Clever blockchain maybe 100 times scalable, maybe 1,000 times scalable than it is today. Uh, and that possibility excited me a lot because I see a lot of application and a lot of use case. As example, if a notary group of people want to make the rules in the blockchain, they will write the rules in the blockchain. They will be editable in real time. They will create their own rules, their own stuff, and they will run their own blockchain that in the end is connected to the Clever chain, and further will increase the number of transactions in the Clever chain and the usability of the KOV token. So the protocol that we will create will be related to the needs of the users, right? We can create a DAO protocol, we can create a swap protocol, we will create an NFT marketplace protocol, a voting protocol, and you will be able to use this with your own token to create your own community, to create your own applications. And well, what's the difference between the smart contract platform and the Clever platform? The difference is you don't have to build the smart contract; it's already there. It's the protocol, it's the Clever protocol. It's done. You don't have to do anything. And if the user may ask, and how I make money with that? Well, every time you use the protocol, you will earn money. So that's the good thing. Use the protocol, you make money. Uh, you have to pay for fees, of course, but if you, as example, you create a swap application or on your website, and one of your users make a swap on your website, you receive the most part of the fees, and the user will receive his token, and you didn't have to implement the process behind this because it's already implemented.
Only the application.
Exactly, you just have to build the application. Maybe you already have the application, you just need to call the API and it will be there. So it's amazing for me. Uh, for me, this is the best way to make a blockchain massive because uh, you can trust on the contract that you are signing because it was auditable, hard coded inside the blockchain. It's not runtime code; it's hard coded, so it's different.
So it's immutable, it's incorruptible, it's there and it functions
And
whether
no
anyone
one can
tries to change
change
it. Exactly.
exactly. So maybe we found in the future that it was not the best way, but I think smart contract is not the best way right now. So we are trying something different. It may work, it may not work, but if it not works, it will give the insights to make what will work, and I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, and I think that's really one of our signatures is that it doesn't matter in terms of you know whatever lessons we learn from failures and mistakes is not only fine. It's completely welcome inside of the Clever ecosystem, and that's how we grow, and that's how we um, become better each day and become the best version of
Exactly.
ourselves.
Life is a journey, not a destination, right?
Indeed, indeed. I was about to quote a Swedish poem by Katrina Boye, but I'm not going to do that right now because I don't think that most people know Swedish in here. Before we go into it, we're going really hard on the time here, of course, and we have so many questions. But before we move into the uh, community questions, and one of them actually includes the vision for the future of 2022, so I'll leave it that to the community questions. But in terms of um, personal growth, how have you as a person grown over the past year? And when you move into 2022, what are you most excited about?
uh, it's almost unbelievable to say how I evolved during the past years, because I'm always improving myself. I'm always trying to be better at something, at least 1% a day. So uh, I don't know how to measure that actually, but I feel that I'm more confident. I have the power to own my mind, uh, to control my emotions, uh, to focus on what is important, and to keep building the things that we dream about, to keep building the future, to helping people. Um, I mean, when I was my 20 years young, I mean, I was a very uneducated person. Honestly, I had too many problems for communication. I thought I would never talk in English, and I keep telling myself to improve all the time. Uh, and not only me, I think one of my best skills is to help people improve themselves. So uh, I can see where we can improve all the time. I can see what is not going on, what's going wrong, what's going good, and I have this feeling, and I follow my feelings. I follow my instinct, my my way of thinking. Maybe uh, we should learn something together today, and this is amazing. I mean, we can learn from any person in the world all the time, and this is, I think, is one of the things that we come here in life is to learn to give the knowledge to the people. Uh, and I really enjoy this. I really enjoy be here with the Clever community. Uh, keep working, fight with them. Sometimes it's okay. Uh, I
It's
mean,
family. Sometimes we fight,
it
then
for
we
me
make up.
exactly. For me, it's very important to have people that disagree with me because the people that disagree with you are the people you should listen because sometimes you are wrong and many times you are wrong. So, well, I think it's important to have people that don't agree with you all the time. If someone agrees with you all the time, you have a problem.
Very much
and
so. Very much so.
and today I have 36 years. I feel that I'm really proud of what we are doing and what we have done and what we will do. And this keep motivating me to be better. And I'm going to a trip right now next week, and I
Where are you
will
going?
go. I'm go to Portugal, Spain, maybe Malta, Japan, Korea. I will go to a lot of places to visit the people, uh, and this thing. is to improve myself, is to become a better person. And I think I need to become a better person in order to be able to lead this team more years. And I think will be another turning point for us to change the game again.
Clever is becoming a universal concept, and yeah, most have no idea what's waiting for them in 2022, but definitely will be fire.
Yes.
Thank you first of all for everything that you've shared, for coming on and talking about all the things that we're building. We haven't even touched upon majority of our product line yet, and we're already almost an hour and a half in. So let's jump over to community questions. And meanwhile, guys, like, subscribe, and share this because it's an amazing thing to see the evolution, not just of Clever and everything we're building, but also of you. And as you say, you're going on a trip now to grow even further, and connect the dots is up to our audience, because those destinations definitely serve a purpose, not only personal growth, but also for Clever's growth. So let's jump into the community questions and
Let's
see what
go.
people. Let's do it. And guys, afterwards, Dio will be online on Twitter to answer any questions that you guys have. We will only cover a few here because we don't have too much time, and we're running out of time. So if your question is not uh, asked and answered now, make sure you do it on Clever's Twitter page. We will post a main tweet where you can post all questions, and Dio will go in and answer all of them for you. So let's jump into the first question. What is the ultimate goal 2022 for Clever?
That's a great question. I think the ultimate goal for to 2022 is to consolidate the products. I mean, make the products work as it should be because they are not there yet. We are going to a phase where the product need to evolve, need to be polished, and we are getting close to that. So when the product get get there, will be a huge moment for us because it will be connected. It will be working as it should be. And then people will start to realize the big difference from Clever to the others. So, uh, but right now, our biggest competitor is ourselves. We need to overcome the issues that we have, the failures that we have, and we need to be better to improve. And that's why we need this community to help us to see what is important, what they want, and how we can make it better. So uh, consolidation is the word. Uh, we want to gain market share. We want to expose our brand. We want to be the top. As I said before, we are not here to be the second, but we are not there yet. I mean, there is a lot of work to do, and I count on the community to help us to evolve, to keep telling us what we should improve, and so on. So uh, that is what I expected for 2022, and launch too many products, launch many products for the people, and help them. I think it will be nice.
Sure, yeah. Reaching maturity of technology on our new platforms, and reaching maturity of user experience alongside an exponentially larger marketing budget with a lot of interesting things planned will definitely not only grow the brand but also the entire ecosystem. So let's jump to what I think is probably the propellant of this entire KLV ecosystem, and that is the Clever chain. So
Lemon, sir.
someone yeah, so someone asks, when the Clever blockchain is up, will our KLV on the Tron blockchain be transferred automatically, or is it something manual in terms of process of migration? And maybe go a little bit deeper on how you envision the migration to our own chain.
That's a great question. We will keep our token in the Tron blockchain, but we'll migrate most of the tokens, right? Uh, so we need to stay on many blockchains and to bring more users to the ecosystem. So we will have a swap technology, add the tokens to the swap, and we will can move from one blockchain to another with the swap.
And once again, so it's just to answer the specific user's question, when the chain is launched, you will be able inside of Clever Swap literally push a button and swap as many Tron based or Binance Smart Chain or Ethereum based KLVs as you want into the main chain, and it's very exciting, a very exciting thing to and you've touched
It's
upon
the
this a lot
independency.
when we talk about it personally, that not a lot of projects are able to build a blockchain, number one, but definitely not a lot of organizations are able to build a blockchain that provides so much innovation to the market. Can you touch upon that before we go to the next question?
Yes, this technology is really interesting, and I'm pretty excited about this. Uh, I think have this on the swap will make it easy for the user to come from one to another. It's already like that, and we had some swaps in the past, and it was very well executed. So, uh, but we will stay on the other blockchains as well. I think it's important to have the opportunity to bring more users to understand how it works, and in the future these tokens on the other blockchains will be accepted to pay the fees as well. So we want to make it more transparent to the user, more easier and more uh, easy to use.
And more universal, making sure that everybody, whether their choice of blockchain or coin or token, it should be supported by our ecosystem, and they should be welcomed in. So that's a beautiful vision, and we're making it happen every day. Next question: if you had to convince me, why should I use Clever Chain and not any others?
If I had to convince you, um, I think it depends on what we want to build, right? Uh, if you want to build a smart contract, Clever is not for you. I can say that. But if you want to build an app that have blockchain features, and you don't want to build the blockchain features, Clever is for you. I would say that.
Simplicity at its
Yes.
best.
Yes, I mean, of course, we don't have all protocols ready yet, but we will have protocol for gaming, for uh, handle number generators, for any. I mean, you can think about of many protocols, and one thing that will be really impressive is the timing to build new protocols in Clever Chain, because since it is hard coded, it's easy to test. So that's it.
Yeah, so testing period goes down, development time goes down, and costs go down, while having
Exactly.
a lot cheaper fees. Let's go to the next question. Someone asks, "Do you take breaks, Dio? And what do you do in your private time?"
Mm. For my past 15 years, I didn't take a break. I was working Sunday to Sunday. Uh, Sometimes I get my bicycle, go to 40 minutes ride, and that's good for me. Sometimes I like to watch animes, but I don't have too much time. And but these years I was really good for me because I have the first time some vacations, and I will be able to make this new vacation, new trip. I will be still working, but I today I have the people that I can trust to help me in this journey, and I can trust to move forward with me. So I'm very happy.
Yeah, yeah, it was a very different situation when we were a lot fewer. Where if any issue arose on a
Uh,
blockchain or inside of our system, it was just communication between us. We were just a few people. Now there's entire teams and squads handling and making sure also to test, of course, preemptively for the future to make sure that our systems are always on the absolute edge of technology and secure for our users. Next question. If you had to pick your favorite Clever product right now, what would it be and why?
I think right now is the Clever Wallet, right? It's the most consolidated product we have. All other products are just uh, proof of concept, I would say, that we are improving. And we will keep improving them. We keep maturing this technology. And what I'm excited about the wallet is because I use it every day and I know what's coming, what will be available in the next months. And this keeping me getting excited because I mean, if you have a dream and you see this dream being built on your front, you see the things happen. It's fucking amazing. It's really good. It's exciting to see the thing happening. You see piece by piece, there is a button here. That's too much details. I mean, I don't know how many times I have had drawn the entire wallet. So Fabio have made maybe 1,000 screens. We have 3 UX guys now, and they are killing. They are creating new stuff and testing new stuff all the time. So this wallet, this Clever 5 wallet will be fucking amazing for me.
Yeah, Cleverify will connect a lot of different products and services, not just from our ecosystem, but also from other ecosystems, which I find very exciting, including universal travel at the click of a button, or universal shopping at the quick click of a button. But those are things that we perhaps will wait to announce to a later date. The last questions of this round, it will continue, of course, as an AMA on Twitter in a short time. Is what is the updated date for mainnet launch? And I think maybe an extension. What are the important dates to look forward to over the next week, over the next few months?
We will actually we are scheduled to launch the mainnet on March 31, and I think is the date to watch. We will put the countdown for the products on the website, and I wait for you there.
And regarding the revenue burn and the quarterly burn,
Oh, the quarterly burn and the revenue burn will be on December 31.
so in 8 days,
Yes, we will burn around
320 million KLV, $11
KLV
million.
from the foundation.
Exactly.
Yes, let's burn it, baby.
Let's put a fire up that
Yeah,
hole. Well, Upon that note, thank you so much for sharing today and sharing over the last few years as well. Uh, all of you, everything that you've experienced, all of the knowledge that you've accumulated, all of the work ethics that you put in. You teach me and the entire team all the time, and of course the entire community. I think get inspired by not just your story, but your presence, and of course your vision for the future. So thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, the entire Clever community. Thank you, Misha. I think it's uh, it's really amazing to be here with you guys, building this thing. It's my dream happening. It's our dream happening, and we will do everything to make it work. So let's keep working hard. And thank you for this amazing year. Was one of the best years of my life. I can assure that.
And I can assure you that although it's been also one of the most amazing and best years of my life, not just with seeing my little girl grow up. Now we have one princess each, but being able to grow as an individual, but also as a team, and seeing that vision come to fruition empowers us for 2022. And I don't think anyone is really ready for where we're heading. But before we go, everybody, it is holiday season and it is Christmas soon. So I think that anyone who's sitting around the computer or mobile phone or pad, wherever you're watching in right now or later on, we would like to raise a glass. And in honor of Dio, the other week I went to buy a Japanese whiskey.
Sake.
Uh, yeah, no, it's not sake. It's Japanese whiskey.
Let me
Tenjaku.
get mine. Let me get mine.
Yes, and everybody else, please do get yours. We'll be waiting. Okay. And meanwhile, although I'm Jewish and don't really celebrate Christmas, I do like the Christmas spirit. So, and it's super cold in Israel right now. It's like way too cold.
Still,
So,
still whiskey.
everybody raise a glass, do a lechaim, as we say in Hebrew, a salut, a cheers, a skål in Swedish, or nazdarovia, dima in Russian. We wait for, of course, for Dio to come back.
I just found tequila here, so we'll be tequila.
Tequila, it is.
Tequila.
So
Oh my
do
god!
you want to
I
pronounce the cheers to the community for this
cheers,
year and beyond?
cheers.
Cheers,
Thank you,
l'chaim,
guys.
salut,
I will get drunk now.
happy
Very good
holidays,
tequila.
and yeah, it was
Cheers.
good. I have to say, this Japanese whiskey might be something I'm gonna look into deeper because Japanese whiskey is a. It's not really one of my primary sources, but I do love whiskey. So maybe I'll
You
move
can
from
take
Scotland to Japan.
you can take some time now. You can relax now.
Wonderful. Well, thank you,
Thank
Dio.
you, guys.
And thank you,
Thank you,
everybody,
Misha.
for tuning in. It's been amazing. What an incredible session. We've gone over so much, and still there's a lot to be said. So, this is the last Clever Live, Clever Insight this year, and we will see you next year. And remember, until next time, take ownership, stay clever, and always be hungry.
Thank you.